Hey everyone! In this tutorial we are going to create this simple rigid body physics simulation. We are going to use these two objects. I have a separate tutorial on how I model these, so if you want to check it out, I'm going to link to the description. I model these models in a real life scale. For simulations like this, it is better to scale these objects up because the simulation will work better. And also we are going to use a self-fracture add-on on the mag to break it up. So it will work better as well. So I scale these up 10 times bigger, and then I'd like to do the animation. I'm going to create a really simple animation. I don't want to get much time with it, but of course you can create any complex animation that you want. So I grab this somewhere here, I hit I, that way I insert a keyframe, then move to frame 20, grab it somewhere here, rotate it, of course, in the bounding box center, rotate it, and hit I again. That way we created a simple animation, and I want to grab a graph editor here, and I would like to hit normalize, and I delete the scale tab because we don't need it. And for the rotation, all I do is change this to linear. That way the movement is constant. It doesn't create easing in and easing out effect at the beginning and at the end. But as I said, you can create any complex animation. For example, a sword that cuts through the mug, anything you like. For this tutorial, I would like to keep it simple as possible. So now we can get rid of this window like that. And now I would like to add for this object a rigid body physics. For that we have to click Physics tab, then select Rigid Body. If we now play the animation, our original animation is gone, because this is just falling down forever. So we have to go to frame 19, hit the animated option. That way, if we play this now, when the animation stops, it freezes here forever. We don't want that. We want to keyframe the animated option here. So I hit an insert a keyframe here, right click, insert keyframe. Then if you go one frame to the right, we can disable this, and again right click, insert keyframe. That way, if we play the animation, it will fall forever to the ground. But we don't have a ground yet, so let's add in a plane, scale it up by like 200, and if we play the animation now, it will fall through the object. So we have to add rigid body physics to the ground also. But if we play the animation now, it will fall down forever, but as you can see, it collided with the object. Of course, we want this to be static, so we can change the type here to passive. That way it will stay in position. And now if we play the animation, we should see that the pizza cutter is interacting with the plane, just how we wanted it. And you can change the surface respawn if you want, increase it to 1 on both objects. It will be more like we dropped it on a rubbery surface. One more thing I would like to do is select the object, hit local here, and at the keyframe I would like to rotate this slightly like that. So if we play the animation again, it will rotate a bit. It is maybe a bit more realistic. And now comes the fun part. We would like to break up this mug here so we can create a breaking effect. For that I'm going to use an add-on. You can enable it in preferences. You have to search for cell fracture. Mine is already enabled, but you have to download it to enable it. And after that, if you press F3 on the keyboard, there's a cell fracture option if you start typing it in. You can also reach it from Object, Quick Effects, and Cell Fracture. And I want this to hit the mug on frame 22, but also I would like to create the cell fracture that it fractures the object in this area more, where it hits the object. So I place the 3D cursor here, and I would like to again get the cell fracture window, and I'm turning up the noise to the max and the source limit to like 90. You can play around with these values. And the recursion value, I would like to set it to 2 and the source limit to 6. And the cursor close option have to be enabled. That way the recursive shatter will occur near to the cursor. So now if we hit OK, it's working in real time and it will scatter these objects more. This is ready, and now if we hide our original beer mug, as you can see we have it in pieces. I would like to select every piece and move it to a new collection with pressing M on the keyboard. And after that I would like to, in the individuals origins tab, scale them down just a tiny bit. So that way these aren't interacting with each other. This can create bugs like exploding effects that we don't want. So now if we select one cell, we can assign rigid body to it, and after that we can assign the same rigid body preferences to all objects by selecting all of it. Make sure that the firstly selected object has the rigid body on it, and after that we can go to the Object tab, at the rigid body option here, copy from active. That way if we play the animation now, it should fall to the ground, and this is what happening. But as you can see, it didn't break when it touched the pizza cutter, it just fell off at the beginning of the animation. So we would like to select again the first piece and animate the dynamic value. So when it hits if we unhide our mug, so as you can see it reaches the mug at the 23rd frame. So I would like to select this piece again and insert a keyframe here when the dynamic is turned on. Then go back one frame, disable the dynamic option and insert a keyframe here. That way this piece will stay in position. It will fall when the pizza cutter hits it. And we would like to link this animation data for all of the objects. You can do it with Ctrl L. Make sure that the first object is the active one and link animation data. That way, if we hide our original mug again and play the on animation, you can see that it collapses when the pizza cutter hits it. This looks good, but of course this isn't too realistic. We can increase the mass of the pizza cutter to like 10. That way, if it hits the mug, it will be more weighted, so it scatters more apart. It looks better, I think. And of course, we don't want to display the cracked version of the mug. Now, of course, we don't want to see all the cracked parts. So we have to do a trick here. For that, select the top, any part actually. Then we have to enable this option. That way we can hide it in viewport and we can keyframe this option. So select this part and insert a keyframe at frame 23 because we want this to visible at frame 23. Then go back one frame and disable this and insert a keyframe again. Because we created because we linked the animation data, it will apply to all of the parts of this glass. So now if we play the animation, it will only be visible when it hits the pizza cutter. But of course we would like to see the original one before that, and for that we can go to frame 22, insert a keyframe here, go right one frame, disable it, insert a keyframe again. And now if we play the animation, everything is fine, everything works as expected, and we pretty much finished. Of course, if you want to render this animation, you have to keyframe the render on disable in render option here. But as you can see, we have a pretty good animation here. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and meet you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.